Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
You're listening to Bloomberg Businessweek with Carol Massar and Tim Stenovec on Bloomberg Radio.
Okay, Davos. It's a place to see and be seen.
Yes. Or... Yeah, it is. I mean, listen, it's where the world's billionaires go, right? Global leaders gathered this past week at the World Economic Forum's annual meeting. It was also where a pair of blue aviators made headlines and were talked up around the globe. Those glasses became a hot item in demand, according to the company that makes them.
For more, we head to Italy and to Stefano Fulchir, the CEO of iVision Tech. It's the parent company of the French luxury brand Henry Jullien, which made the glasses. Stefano, good to have you on the program. Take us through what happened since President Macron wore those glasses. What did you see in terms of demand? What did you see in terms of people buying them? Tell us everything.
Yeah, good evening, and thank you to have invited me. So I think that the effect is like a wow effect. It was amazing because from Tuesday, our website went in crash different times. We have received a lot of phone calls because everybody wants to buy something like that, you know? And so they have realized that the eyewear is from Henry Jullien, and so we are covered for full of requests. And now we have immediately restart to make powerful the production of this model because everybody all over the world wanted. So, you know, the sales impact reaction was also amazing. And we have sold in one day like the same quantity of 1 year of production of this model.
Wow.
So which is how many? Can you share with us what that number is?
Yeah, sure. We are not talking about very big numbers because we are a luxury brand. So we produce this eyewear that is in gold lamination, so very particular. And now we are more than 200 pieces in only one day for this model. And so the demand is, we receive orders every minute. So we have blocked PayPal 3 times. So we need every time to make a restructuration of the website. So it's amazing what's happening.
We should note shares of the company up 40% so far this month. Today, they're up more than 21%.
I mean, off and running.
Yeah.
Listen, did you know that he owned a pair? And I'm just curious, tell us about these glasses. What are they made of? I mean, how much do they go for?
So everything happens in 2024 because we have received a call from the Élysée, from the assistant of the president, and they want to buy one because they want to make a present for a minister in the period of G20. So I remember that I have received this call. And so when we have received this call, we say, wow, this is the president, so we have to do something more. And we want to make a present also to give you something. But the assistant told us, okay, please, okay, but we want to pay. So, you know, they try to respect that and they ask us to have everything made in France. So they want something, you know, every phase because you want to represent a product from the history of France. And I have to tell to you that, you know, Henry Jullien is an historical brand. The company is born in 1921 and is a 100 years company. And so when we have sent them, we didn't have any news after that. And we recognize between our customers because some customers during Monday, they start to send me pictures and they say, is it that Henry Jullien? And they say, yes. And so on Tuesday, everything happens, you know?
So I want to talk a little bit about supply chains here because what is notable about these frames is that they are made in France. In this day and age, most sunglasses are, and most glasses are actually made, at least the ones that come to the US are actually made in China. And I'm curious about the supply chain here in a conversation where we're talking a lot about domestic manufacturing in the United States. That's been a big focus of President Trump. How do you keep manufacturing in France and not outsource it to other parts of the world where it would be a lot cheaper?
Yeah, thank you very much for this question. Because I would like to start from the beginning because our company was born 6 years ago because we have started in October 2020, so in the middle of the COVID period, because we have bought the Safilo plant in Udine, so 1 hour from Venice. And the idea is to restart the production of the eyewear in Friuli. So Friuli is our region where I live. And you know, in that period, Safilo has closed the plant and we restart all the production inside. And we have a huge capacity here in Italy because our main company in Italy has a capacity about 1 million eyewear per year. So if we are talking about our company Henry Jullien, in France, we produce like 1,000 pieces per year. So we have a very niche market for this type of production. And what we have done, the idea when we have bought Henry Jullien in October 2023, so after our listing in the stock exchange, we have decided to create like a boutique. So our idea was to produce in France only some small pieces, talking about the historical process, everything handcraft with a lot of faces. And I would like also to say to you that this eyewear is in gold lamination. So what is the particularity of that? That inside you can find gold. And so it's a very precious material. And the final price is not too amazing because we are talking about 650 euros each. And talking about gold is a very competitive price. But this is something that represents, the story of the French production. And finally, I believe that we are based in the two most made in important all over the world. Because if we are talking about eyewear production, made in France is very important, like made in Italy. So, in France, there is the Jura area that is very famous, like in Italy that we have Cadore, and Cadore is very famous for the eyewear companies, So we have a lot of knowledge, a lot of people, and to create a good eyewear, you need also to have a good staff, good people. Our people inside has 25 years of experience to create eyewear. So eyewear is not really easy to produce something like that.
So I am wondering, I just want to jump in for a moment because we just have about a minute or so left here. And I do wonder what the goal is, because, I'm looking at, as Tim mentioned, the stock up about 70% or so this week, a jump 21% today. And I'm curious, that kind of can get the attention of investors or other companies out there. Is anybody calling you, reaching out to you to talk about, let's work together? I think about, Luxottica, who's out there, who is massive in the glass space. Yeah. What is your goal? You've got brands like Ray-Ban that are out there. I think we all saw that. We thought about former President Joe Biden, who used to wear
Aviators.
The Aviators as well. So what is the goal? Is Ray-Ban something that you'd like? Like, is there a company that you're thinking, this is our goal, where we want to be? And just got about 45 seconds or so.
Yeah, sure. So, Howard is a family company. So working with me, I have my sister and my brother. So it's a family company. I am 39 years old, so we are young. And I believe that we are at the beginning to develop a company. We have started only 6 years ago. So we are a small company than, the biggest one that is Luxottica that you have talked about it. So our idea is to develop a different type of company. After our position of listing, we have made some M&A, and we have buy some electronical companies. And in the last year, we have presented the first eyewear technological one for blinding people. So we have a patent project of that. And our idea is like our name, iVision Tech. So we want to produce something technological. So we are following smart device, smart eyewear. And I believe that in this field, we can do more. So we are a classical company to produce standard eyewear,
right,
but we have all the knowledge for that.
Well, as we said, the eyeglass is seen around the globe. Really great to catch up with you. Thank you so much for finding time for us, and have a good weekend. Stefano Fulchir, he is CEO of iVision Tech, joining us there from Italy.